Welcome the opportunity to contribute to this debate tonight on the education sector, and I'd like to congratulate Deputy for putting it forward and Sinn Féin for putting it forward. And I think it was very interesting earlier on to listen to the Minister's contribution where he quoted statistics from the OECD as a justification for the spending that's taken place and saying that we're meeting the average. And he criticised the Sinn Féin figures, saying that they're from 2007 and that they weren't the most up-to-date. But the OECD figures he quoted were from 2011, which are still a couple of years out of place. And they didn't take into account the 200 million euro in cuts that have taken place on the lifetime of this government under this Minister for Education, and the impact that is having on the education of young people right across the country. And I think it's vitally important that we do recognise education as a right. And I think what we need to do, and what the Minister should be doing, is fighting the battle on behalf of education as an investment rather than a spend for the government, because that would change the whole way that education is looked on and the way that education would be treated. Because it is an investment. It's an investment in the future of this country. It's an investment in the children for the future. And if we are to recover, we need to have a highly educated workforce to be able to avail of a recovery when it comes, and that's vitally important. And I think also the reality on the ground puts a lie to the Minister's arguments over the spending taking place in education. And I think if you go around the country and attend the public meetings that are taking place right across the country, there was one in Donegal last night, and there's meetings taking place all across the country in relation to this. The reality is that class sizes are out of control on the ground. The reality is that many students are suffering under these class sizes, and the quality of the education that they can get has been impacted. In Donegal, there's almost 4,000 children in primary school in classes of 30 plus. And 86% of all children in Donegal are in class sizes of over 20 plus. And that's a huge impact that they have, and putting a huge strain on the schools. And I think it's vitally important that we keep the class sizes down and we reduce them, rather than, as the government is talking about, possibly increasing class sizes in the next budget. And we just have to look at the other European partners, and indeed the country that the government constantly raises, says we don't want to be like, Greece, where the average class size is 16.8, whereas 24.7 here in Ireland. So these are countries and programmes. These are countries that have protected their education sector and protected their children by keeping the class sizes small, but yet we increase them here in this country, and we need to defend against that.